everybody, it's Lindy Tate from Taterbuggin, and we are going to have another paint party today. So let's all get here. Let me get us going down here so I can watch all your comments. And let's do this while you get here. And when you hop on, say hello. If you're watching on replay, comment hashtag replay and let me know you were here. I always like to see who's here. There's Cindy and Nelda. Hey, hey. There's another Cindy. We've got two Cindys already. Oh, I didn't hit enter there. Okay. Hey, Marjorie and Tony. Y'all come on in. Y'all ready to do, let's see, what am I doing wrong here? Y'all ready to do a paint party today? We're going to paint some whimsical trees. Michelle had asked. I had a request. Hello, Teresa. Thank you, Cindy. I'm going to talk to y'all about that. Let me pin it right here in case anybody's interested. Hey, Jackie and Jerry. Penny's here. Thank you, Penny. And Grace and Vanetta. I'm doing great today, Vanetta. Hey, Jerry and Sandra. There's Ann. Got your door. I'm so happy. Hey, Tarita. Linda and Janet and Judy. Everything's going okay down here in Tennessee, except you might notice there's a lot of humidity today. So I'm looking a little crazy. Oh, hello, Lori and Kathy. Oh, my friends are here. Hey, Barbara. Mary. Now, if you're watching on replay and you don't like to listen to all the hellos, zip on by. You got to fast forward, and that's perfectly fine. Marjorie's tossing those taters. Hey, Linda. Darlene made it here. Hey, Deborah. Michelle, I was just talking about you, that this was your request. Hey, Julie and Angie. Deborah. There's Lindy from Pickwick. Did I freeze? It looks like I froze on my laptop, but that could just be my laptop. I don't know. Hey, Sherry and Dana, just in case y'all can still hear me. Christine's here. Joe. Woo! Judy, thank you so much for the stars. So some of you noticed my top. It's Whimsy Day. Why not? You know what? I want to paint this guy. But let me tell you, I got one with, I gave y'all, there's a link plus the discount code. Hello, Cindy. Oh, did you, Gail? Well, thank you, Kim. Hey, come on in here. Oh, Mr. Taterbuggin is here from the deer stand. He's still out hunting. Thank you, Kim, for the stars. Y'all are so sweet. Good afternoon, Tammy and Diane. So I ordered this with solid red sleeves in a large because I sized up, and it got here, and it was a little snug. Snugger than I don't want squeezy in the wintertime. I just don't. Hey, Sharon and Peggy. Oh, Jane, thank you so much for the, oh my goodness, you're so generous. Thank you so much for the stars. Whatever that is to activate a stars party, I have no clue. It just popped up there, but goodness, y'all are gonna, Lord only knows what would happen if we reached that goal. I've never seen it happen. So it was a little snug. So I ordered it again, and I didn't order the same one. I got this one with the buffalo check sleeves, and it's a little different material, and I got extra large. And y'all, let me see if I can stand up and show you. I feel like I'm wearing my jammies. It's so comfy, but the sleeves are so long. Got a little extra space in here, but it's very comfy, so I don't know what's up with that. Sandy, thank you for the stars. Oh, good. I'm not, okay, so I'm not frozen up there. So anyway, real comfy and cozy. I love it. I want to paint him. He's just so stinking cute. But right now, I'm kind of wanting to paint everything I can get my hands on. Christina, these are from Belle Lily. Most of what I wear is from Belle Lily, and I've got you a link and a discount code. Vicky, thank you for the stars. Hey, Terry. Terry Chisholm's here, and Amy and Nicole. Y'all come on in. I think this is going to be fun today. Like I said, Michelle requested some whimsical Christmas trees. How can I say no to that? That's, you know, right up my alley. Yeah, it could be my eating turkey shirt. This may end up being that because I got all kinds of space in here. But look, I got the matching earrings. These are from Belle Lily too. And I don't know what was with me. Hey, Terry and Sarah. But this year I gravitated toward a lot of this red and black buffalo check. So I thought, well, why not? Why not just... Their earrings are so inexpensive, so why not? And I love them. Hey, Maureen and Melanie. Mary's here and Erin. Melissa found me. Oh, Cindy, you're so sweet. Oh, my God. That's so cool. Could y'all see that? It was a party. Oh, my goodness. That was adorable. Y'all amaze me. Colors and stars and everything started popping up. Well, that was fun. Y'all are so sweet. Oh, Penny, that sounds good. I need some of those. Okay, I better get started, I guess, huh? Oh, Debbie, goodness gracious, y'all are so generous. Thank you so much for the stars. Cecile, I hope so too. You may just have to, is it Johan? We'll see. We'll keep an eye there. I just took a little high school French, so maybe I'll know what that is. Hey, Tanya. Oh, hey, Peggy. Isn't this so fun? Okay. Well, so what I'm going to do, first of all, we'll get started. And I just pulled a couple of colors. Hey, Gail. Oh, I missed some good news. Where's my husband is home after? Oh, Terry, that is wonderful. Oh, I'm so happy. That's fantastic. Hey, Monica. So I'm going to do a background first. I'm thinking sky. And I'm going to paint these trees, this tree trio, in my colors of my bedroom. So it'll be the pastel metallics. You can paint it in any colors that fit your decor. If you're making it for somebody else, you know, find out what they're using this year and paint them those colors, but we're just going to have fun with it. So I think I'm going to start out with this, like I said, a Blue Harbor. I don't know what this background's going to look like, but we're just going to have fun with it. Oh, thank you, Patricia. You're so sweet. Marianne, thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. Hey, Betty. There's Dolly. Hey. Oh, she was busy watching me paint the Santa. Did y'all enjoy that? I want to do more of those. That was just so fun. And I have so many Christmas projects that I want to share with y'all and not enough live days. Now, did you see what I did? I'm about to turn y'all down to see what I'm doing. I just squirted it on the canvas. We're not going to get all, you know, crazy about this because we're just going to have fun with it. It's whimsy. All right. And then I picked out a midnight, is that what that is? Midnight blue. It's a really pretty dark blue by Anita's that I love to use. I know, Dana. I'm so excited about Moidle's new page, and y'all jumped right over there to follow her, and I'm so excited. She's about done with her Christmas decor, and when she does, I'm hoping I can go live from her house here, and she can go live from her house from her new page. That's what I'm hoping. So I just dotted around the edges. I want to talk to y'all for a few more minutes before we get to the tree part. So, because then I'm going to turn you down to see how we're going to draw this out. But right now, I just wanted to hang out with y'all for a minute. And so what I'm doing, I'm going around the edges. Now I want to get a brush that doesn't have paint on it. And I'm going to start just mixing those kind of together, because this one's covered in paint. Hey, Kristen, y'all are tossing the taters. I was looking at your good news, Terry, that your husband was home from the hospital. That's who's good news. Timber Morn Moidle's Magic, which I love. That was one of y'all's suggestions, and she loved it. So She did it. Oh, uh-oh. I'm sorry. I must have frozen for a second there. I don't know what's happening today. We do have storms coming in. I don't know if that has something to do with it. Dolly, thank you for those stars. I'm just pretty much making a mess, and that's okay. Because this is going to be kind of like a night sky, maybe. You paint your background whatever color you want to. Hey, Monica. Okay, Marianne got her lantern from Walmart. Oh, her nose is itching. Oh, good. You're going to start your memory lantern tomorrow. That's perfect. I've been enjoying watching your posts that you're doing of your memory lanterns. It's just so fun to see all the different styles, the ways you've decorated the inside of your lanterns. I just love it. Becky, thank you so much for those stars. I'm watching. Y'all help me figure out. Love these types of backgrounds. I paint it. Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, maybe so. Somebody's coming to see me. So this is all we've got. I'm not worried about, you know, the lines showing in it. What I want to do now is I'm going to pour out a little white over here onto my palette. And I'm going to lighten up the middle just a little bit. I better get a paintbrush here because I've got to pour this. Your grandson Charlie said, "Where'd you get that shirt?" You tell Charlie that I got it at Bell Lily, and I've given y'all a discount code. There's a link pinned in the comments. So yes, look up September Morn, and it ought to pop up in your list. The second part of it is Moidle's Magic. Moidle is Moityls Magic. Is she here? I thought somebody said hello to her. I don't know if she's here. Oh, my German Shepherd's very handsome. Oh, I think so too. And there's can y'all see our sweet little Beau? He's kind of short, so you don't get to see him quite as often. So, oh, there's Moidle. Yes, thank you for putting your link in there. Y'all go. Y'all have to go. It's going to be so wonderful for her to, she's already shared one picture from her this year's decor. Yay, Moidle's here. Hey, Cherokee. Hey, Carol and Darlene. Yeah, they're my sweet dogs. Okay, so I'm just adding, you see what I'm doing? I mean, I don't care. It's just going to look like whimsical background. It would look really cool to do this with your fingers. Cindy, if you're here, could you possibly share the link to her page? Cindy Kane is my link queen. She is on it all the time. Okay. Most of this isn't going to show, so I'm not going to worry with it too much. And then for the drawing, which y'all, when I do paint parties like this, not the monthly classes, but paint parties like this, I'm in my comfort zone, so I don't do a whole lot of planning. Because there's Cindy, she shared it with you. So there's our background. I just kind of like to wing it a little bit so you see the whole process. The most preparation I do for these is pulling colors that I want to use. So let me hit this with the heat gun so that I can chalk out our painting. Okay, I'm reading comments. Oh, you love her Santas. Aren't they wonderful? Y'all, Moidle, are you doing your kitchen this year the way you always, I bet you are. I can't wait for them to see that. I mean, all of her house is gorgeous. But And every month, not just every season, but every month she changes out her decor in her built-in bookcases with her vintage pieces. And I know she'll be sharing those with you, and that's so much fun. Yeah, yes, so are you, Betty. So are you. Santas are in the office this year. Yeah. He hasn't yet, Darlene. They haven't even seen any this weekend, but it's been weird weather. We're supposed to get real big storms tonight, I think, around midnight. It's been raining off and on. Yeah, Judy, isn't that so pretty? That's in her office. Davina, it's there. If you scroll up, Cindy there it is again. She got her page going this morning. Mary, that's okay. Yeah, Eva, it's September morn. Moidle's Magic. Okay. Now, let's turn y'all down this way. If I can remember how to do it right here. I'm going to turn myself upside down. And there we go. So now y'all ought to get the view that I have, and you can just watch like that. Again, I don't practice this out. Yeah, he's watching from the deer stand right now. Hey, Joyce. Oh, Terry, you're so sweet. Sandy, hey, Sandy, thank you so much for the stars. My goodness, y'all are going to break star records today. I got to send out more Happy Mail. Okay. Oh, good, Sherry. The reindeer looked up at me. I didn't think about that. Okay, we're going to start with the tallest tree in the center. And again, I don't know exactly how I want to do this, but you get your chalk out and you just go for it. And you just make whimsical tree shapes. So we're going to start kind of here. Yes, you did, Barbara. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, I know. I love her cover picture, Dolly. It's beautiful. So that might be, let's do like that. Let's just do that one like that. And I'm trying to decide. I think I want this one to come over this way a little bit more. See how you just play with it till you get the shapes you want? Again, they're going to be whimsical trees, Joyce. Hey, Judy. And if you can just get it in your head that you just want some kind of funny, think Whoville. You know Whoville from Dr. Seuss? And just go for it. And we'll have a fun little tree kind of come out this way. And come over here. I think I want it to get skinnier at the top. Maybe like that. We're going to do some more swirly swirls. So, you're watching from Florian, Louisiana. Okay. It is, Michelle. Just, you know, to know that you can take your paper towel and just wipe it off. See, like right here, you can paint over it, but, you know, we're going to embellish the background anyway, so it's just chalk. They make chalk pencils too. So, you know, if you need a thinner point, I use those too. I get those at Hobby Lobby. All right, let's do one more. We're going to curve this one over this way. Maybe a little taller. Down here. And let's just give this one that. Something like that. Why not? We can change it as we go if we decide to. All right. Now, like I said, I'm going to do these 3 trees in 3 different colors that are going to fit my bedroom decor. It may end up in my bedroom. It may not. I haven't decided yet. It may end up in my booth. It may end up on my, in my Shopify. I don't know. Like yesterday, I just popped that little Santa Claus right in my store, and somebody scooped that up right away. Okay, now let me tell you what I'm doing here. Since I want to use my metallic copper rose that I love so much, and I've used it in my paintings in my bedroom, it fits the bedroom decor. These metallics really need something underneath to make them pop out. I could do white, but I think I'm going to try with this one. Hey, Dorothy from Wisconsin. I'm going to see what it looks like with this wild rose. It's a matte folk art acrylic paint. I just pulled it from my stash. You know, I've got a gazillion different paint colors. So we're going to see together what this turns out to look like. You missed the Santa Claus. I posted it yesterday. You can find it here on my page, or it's on YouTube. So it was a pre-recorded. I didn't do it live. But as always, if there's ever something I'm doing live that you're interested in, message me. Just send me a private message, and I can let you know if it's for sale, or I can, you know, calculate your shipping for you, and we can talk about it however you want to do it. Okay, so this is the wild rose. We're going total whimsy today, and this is just a little 8x10 canvas that I got in a multi-pack at Hobby Lobby on sale. And if you don't like the way it turns out, you let it dry and you paint back over it. No big deal. Don't ever waste any canvases. There's Joyce from, where did you, Brush Creek, Tennessee. Where is that in Tennessee? I'm in West Tennessee, and I'm betting that's going to be in East Tennessee. That sounds like a pretty, pretty place. I always say, I shouldn't say this because here I am in West Tennessee, but I always say East Tennessee is the pretty end. Once you get close to Nashville and over, it gets so pretty because of the mountains, the hills and mountains. We're in the Delta on this end. That's kind of a pretty color just by itself. Oh, you're doing your Christmas cards, Nancy. You know, I quit doing that several years ago, and not a shame. It's Middle Tennessee, Joyce. That's what I figured, but it's so pretty there. And there are, well, at least 2 other whimsy tree paintings that I would really, really like to try and put my spin on. So I may do some more of those pre-recorded videos for y'all, like I did yesterday, because it's Christmas time, and I want to, you know, give as much as I possibly can, because y'all have been so good to me this year. Okay, so let's let that one dry while we paint the other 2, and then we can start to go back over that one. Dolores, you are on top of things. Yes, you're so right, Dolly. And do you know, for those of you who don't know, most of y'all have heard this story, but I grew up in the Graceland subdivision. He was my neighbor when I was a little girl, and he's, you know, he still lived there. He'd ride his motorcycle through our neighborhood. Oh, Cindy, that's a good idea. That would be so much fun. Oh, Penny, I love it. Y'all are generous with me every day of the week, so it's the least I can do. All right, so I'm going to do another tree with one of my accent colors, which is this warm metal. There you go. You can see that better. Warm metal. And I just decided to try this khaki tan. Y'all, I don't know what this is going to look like. But we're going to find out together. Again, if it looks awful, guess what? I'm just gonna let it dry overnight and I'll just paint right over it and it'll turn into one of my other whimsical Christmas trees. All of y'all are working on your Christmas cards. How do I should have, let me think. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. I don't know what on earth. I probably am gonna wish I had put white underneath that warm metal, but we'll see. You remember these are the colors I used for my nutcrackers that I've put in my bedroom. Oh, I've got to set aside the paints for Penny. That's right. I forgot. It's usually the cooking show, but I can set aside things for Penny too. Penny, I set, let's pretend I'm setting this aside to dry. Joe, I'm betting our sweet Betty Sargent could help you with that. I know she is great with fabric arts. Yeah, postage has gotten really expensive, so I just try to think of other ways to spread the Christmas cheer now, and maybe that's not right of me. I don't know. Penny, do you? Hey, Rita. That's all right. Yeah, that decorating is hard work. You haven't mastered the Santa on the... Oh, that one I did a while back? Well, you just keep trying. That's all you got to do with the wood is just sand it right off. Absolutely. So for my third color, it's going to be, of course, this pearl blue. That's my other color in my bedroom. Right or wrong, I'm putting this Villa green underneath it. I want to see what this does. I haven't done this before, but I love this color. So we're going to find out. Let me get some of this out here on my palette. If it'll come out. This is a thick one. Folk art tends to be a heavier bodied paint. Okay, now, so I don't set my right hand right down in these two trees. I'm going to turn it upside down to paint this one. Because I wasn't thinking through that. I should have started and worked, or vice versa, worked this way. So I wouldn't set my wrist in it. Ugh, I love that color. Oh, thank you, Joyce. I had so much fun with, and let me tell you, I had fun painting the nutcrackers. And you know, I showed you the one that's in my bathroom. It's the big one that I got at Hobby Lobby that was just wood. And so I got to make it my own and paint it and embellished it. And my sweet sister-in-law told me I needed a block that sits beside it that says, son of a nutcracker. And so I've started designing that. And what I want to do is just do kind of a silhouette of Buddy the Elf. But instead of his usual colors, I'm going to do them in my Christmas colors for in there. And just letter it with son of a nutcracker and sit it right beside that big old nutcracker. I thought that was a fun idea. So that I've been working on. Really, Michelle? Yeah. Oh, thanks, Lori. I'm glad y'all are putting up with my color experimentation, because we're going to find out together whether this is a massive flop or if it works. I don't know. So there's 3 odd colors for right now until we metallic them up. And, you know, any colors, any 3 colors will work. Love that turquoise. I know. Well, I'm hoping that's going to come in with this metallic on top of this. This is just my base color. These aren't going to stay this color. So let me just go on and hit these. We're going to speed the process along. Oh, looked up and we're almost at 300. How about that? Oh, do they look like they match my shirt? There's about every hue in the world in my shirt right now. It has all the colors and I love that. It's like a banana. It does kind of. Y'all, get creative with the shapes you make your trees. As long as they're kind of, you know, as long as somebody might look at them and see that they're supposed to be trees, who cares? We're gonna doll these up big time. Okay, I want to do one more thing real quick here. I'm going to paint their trunks white because, well, they're not staying white, but that's going to be my base color for the trunks. These crazy trunks. Get crazy with your trunks too. Make them any shape you want to. Flare them out at the bottom if you want. Curve them, make them straight, doesn't matter. Hey, Diane. And if anybody's just jumping on, you're probably looking at this thinking, what on earth is this hot mess she's doing today? But hang with me. Let me try. I'm trying something here. Oh, really? I didn't think about it. Look, it does. Yeah, kind of these little squiggly bottoms might look like a ghost. That would be perfect, Dolly. You could do one kind of upside down hanging from the bottom, like some, you know, there was a trend there for a while. People were hanging their trees from the ceiling. I never tried that one, but okay, so I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to do it correctly for a right-handed person. Yeah, they could be mushrooms too. Okay, this is the moment of truth. We're going to see what this metallic pearl blue tealy color is going to look like over this Villa green. Oh, let's hope it works. Oh, I think it might be yummy. Oh, y'all. I don't know. I hope you can see that shiny teal. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, it does kind of look like gnome hats. You could absolutely do it this way and start them way at the top and make them just not as long and turn them into little gnome guys. They don't have to be Christmas trees if you don't want to. You see the glimmer? See, ooh, look at that. I know that's kind of hard for y'all to see. Okay. If the other two work this well, I will be pleased. Yep, that's making me pretty happy. And who knows, we may end up putting 2 coats on it. I don't know. Because we've got to put decorations on it. All right, we're about to see. Thank you, Barbara. Thanks, Patricia. Let's see what this one's gonna do. Doesn't it, Carmela? That's what I think. That's kind of what I had in my head. That, you know, with whimsy trees, they ought to be looking like Whoville. All right, now this is the metallic copper rose that I love so much. Hello, Deb. How are you doing? Dolly, you're probably right. I'm thinking probably a couple of coats. Oh, oh, that's yummy. Oh, look at that. That really made that copper rose pop, y'all. Oh, Gail, I hope so. I want to make all of y'all want to paint, because it's so much fun and it's so relaxing, and it doesn't have to be uptight and scary and hard to do. You can just relax and know that any mistakes can be corrected. But then sometimes magically it works out. Look at this tree. Oh, I'm dying. They're running from the Grinch. Let me see. I missed a question. Let me see. What company is that from again? The Copper Rose. It is from Anita's. Y'all need some of this. Oh, I love it. I have been using it and using it. Because again, this is one of the colors I chose for the bedroom decor that Moidle did this year. We love it. And I wake up every morning in my pretty bedroom and just look around at all the pretty decor she put out, and oh, I just can't believe it's mine. Makes me so happy. Look how pretty that tree is. Do y'all like it? Got it from Hobby Lobby, mixed a drop with white, and came up with the beautiful light skin tone. Beth, that's so cool. Hey, Heidi. Oh my goodness, 3 weeks vacation. What does that even feel like? Yeah, y'all look, let me just, again, I may end up doing a couple of coats of these metallics just because they're so pretty. Okay, this is a moment of truth, this weird khaki tan. Let's see if the warm metal, this is, I think this is from Target, y'all. Our sweet Lee from the Turquoise Valentine gave this to me. She bought it for me, so I believe it's from Target. Yeah, those two together, oh, just love them. All right, here we go. Let's make this pop. Ooh, it worked. Y'all, it worked. The colors underneath worked just fine. Now, it may have worked just fine with white. I don't know, but I just thought I would like to try something, you know, that might coordinate as the underneath color, the base color. Oh my goodness. This is making me happy. I'm loving the shimmery colors too. It just takes whimsy to the next level, doesn't it? Oh, and look how it just brought up those colors that we used for the bases. It just, You know, sometimes things just work out and it makes me so happy. Now, I shouldn't talk yet because these are not finished, but I am happy so far. I'm so glad y'all like them. Okay, now for the tree trunks, let me just show you that. Oh, look at that shine. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Now, let's do silver. What about silver for the trunks? It's Shimmering Silver by Deco Art, Dazzling Metallic. It's Hobby Lobby. Lori, I can't help it. I know. I just get so excited. I'll probably think she's a nut, which I am, so. But, you know, sometimes things work out and you have to just be happy about it and so excited. I do, Penny, I do. I honestly surprise myself because I don't want to say I'm a pessimist because I try not to be that. But, you know, I always kind of prepare myself for disaster and get my mindset going. And, well, if it doesn't work out, you know, we'll figure it out. And when it works out, oh, I just am thrilled. And I think I'm going to let this silver dry. And what I might do is get really crazy and do black stripes on them. I don't know yet. We're going to see. The rest of this is totally going to be off the cuff. I have no clue how I'm going to decorate these. But I'm thinking with the shimmery base, I'm going to need not so shimmery maybe on the decorations. I don't know. Hey, Jody. Yes, it's the little things, isn't it? Just make me happy. Okay. Let's hit it with the heat gun because we don't want to decorate it wet and they all smudge together. Ooh, Lori, I bet it does. You know what I might do? Instead of the black stripes, I have this beautiful, it's from Folk Art. It's Extreme Glitter. And the base color is just clear, but it just leaves a glittery, I'll show it to you. I'll try it on the trunks or the stars. I may do that on the stars. It's hard to tell when the shimmery colors are dry. Yes, Dolly, shimmering stars. You read my mind. Yes, Beth, absolutely. We're gonna fancy this up. You think so, Linda? Maybe so. Because, you know, these trees call for swirls. And Lord knows I love painting swirls. Oh, so much. Okay, Lindy, what are we going to do? Let's see. We're going to start over here. And I'm going to get out one of my little detail brushes. Because I don't want to go crazy at first. I want to see how this is all going to work out. Yeah, I agree. Shimmer and shine, Betty. We love some of that. Okay, so I've got a little bit of black. About to get extra, Lori. And you know, right about now, y'all feel free to hop in there and start telling me, giving me some ideas. Because I think on this one, I just want to play with some garland. And it may not stay in black. We may, you know, go over this garland with another shimmery color. I don't know. Because all we're doing now is playing. All right. I set that paint aside. You are so right. Thank you, Dolly. On behalf of Penny. Now let's see what you know what? Let's try something. Okay, let me go a little bit thicker with this brush. I don't know what this one's gonna do. I want to try. This could be all wrong. Is there any wrong? Maybe not. So I'm dipping back into this Wild Rose that we used underneath for on top of this tree for the garland. Let's see how that's gonna look. Oh, thank you, Emily. I've got you a link to it and a discount code. It's another cute Bell Lily piece. So are my earrings. It was so funny. I took my mom to pick up her glasses Friday, and I recognized the necklace that, you know how someone helps you get them fitted to your face. And I recognized the necklace from their website. Thank you, Terry. You are so sweet. And I asked her if it was from Bell Lily, and it was. And now I'm going to have to order one of those. So cute. All right. Let me think. So garland on this one, I'm going to go white. Just for the fun of it. It's what I'm feeling. And we will start up here. If you don't want garland on your tree, you don't have to put garland on your tree. A lot of it will probably be covered up anyway with ornaments and all that kind of good stuff. But oh, Carmela, I'm so glad. I am so glad. Let's see. Betty said it looks like the deer is peeking over the tape. Oh, it does. I had to look down. It's two little eyeballs. That's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to play here a little bit, see what happens if I take our metallic teal color and start putting some ornaments on the tree. Got to kind of make it thick to show up. Probably should have done white first underneath them. I don't know. Uh-oh, somebody lost the sound. Marianne, can you go out and come back? You can't hear me. Maybe one of you can comment to her. It might help to go out and come back in. So these are going to be so light that I'm probably going to have to embellish them somehow, and that's okay because we're here to play, right? We're experimenting and playing, and how fun is this? Thanks, Cindy. Hopefully she sees that and it'll work. I've had to do that a lot lately when I've watched other crafters. All right. Ooh, that's a good idea, Kathy. I just may do that. Go over them with the clear glitter. Ooh, that'll be pretty. Okay, now, let's see. Oh, Kathy, thank you so much for those stars. You're so sweet. Y'all are just so sweet. Let me, while I've got this paintbrush out, I'm dipping into the Villa Green that we used underneath on this one. Okay, this is where you just hold your breath and have a good time with it and hope for the best. Let your brush go wild. And don't think about it too much. Because I want this treetop to be drying while we decorate some more. thank you. I'm very, very sorry. Okay, I did. Oh my goodness, Pat, thank you. Let me, oh, that's all right. It'll look, I'm gonna make it look like sparkly glitters coming off the bottom of the tree. How about that? We might quite like it. Yeah, it's snowing now. Oh, Lindy, see, I get to talking and being so excited about it coming out good, and then I do something like that. But that's, we'll make it work. All right. Now that's a real crazy tree. And let me go right up here, and we're gonna just bring that out. And we're gonna, when that dries, we will go over it with the metallic, so it will be cohesive. Oh, Elaine, good. Yeah, that's kind of, you know, it just looks really Whovillian. Is that a word? And okay, so while we're at it, let's go on and do a top on this one. Let's you put it down and you just commit, you know, like that. And you know, who doesn't love painting swirlies? What I try not to do is I try not to lift the paintbrush up until I'm done with the whole long swirl, because then you can go back over it like this, and I don't know, I just think I tend to do better when I do it that way. All right, we're gonna bring this on out. Just like that. Again, we're gonna come back and put the metallic on that so it's cohesive. Thank you, Emily. These are fun. These are just fun. Okay, now I want this one. Okay, let me dip into my khaki, and we're gonna pretend it. We're gonna pretend this one, the treetop, comes all the way out to here. How about that? And that'll be the top of that tree instead of it ending right there. And let's swirl this one up really good. Okay. Yes, Rita. I'll repeat the fake snow recipe right here while we're just playing. It is 6 tablespoons of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of Mod Podge, and 2 tablespoons of white acrylic paint. When I mix those up, once it's all mixed, I decide if it's the right consistency or not. And every time I've made it, I have had to add a little more baking soda and stir. Baking soda, stir until it gets to the thick consistency you want it to be. Somebody asked about my paintbrush. This is in a set at Hobby Lobby. It's Master's Touch. They're called the Fine Touch. It's a whole set. I can't remember how many was in the set, but they're all detail brushes, and I like these a lot too. My favorite detail brushes are the AIEX, which this is one of them. And you'll find that in my Amazon link. This is my second set of these. These I love to letter with, but I also do all my detail work with those. This just doesn't have quite as much of a point to it, and I thought it might give me a fatter ribbon. So now I'm going to go into the white with this very same brush, and I think I'm going to do my stars in white first. And of course, these stars do not have to be perfect because they're whimsical. So keep that in mind. All right. You know what? We're going to flip this one right around. My pleasure, Rita. Janice, just message me. Absolutely. Let's see. Oh, I can't do it that way, Lindy. Let's see. I want it to go up here. Yes, message me. Like I said in the beginning, if y'all ever, if there's ever anything I'm doing live that you'd like to purchase, just message me. And chances are it's either gonna go in my booth, or in our online shop anyway. So if you want it, let me know, and we'll figure out your the shipping and everything. Well, those are some crazy stars, huh? And we'll make them sparkly. Melissa, that's a great thing about anything whimsical. If it's, if you make it whimsical, it can be anything you want it to be. Any shape, put curlicues. If you don't like the way something, ended up, add a curlicue to it. Boom, whimsy. And so it's another reason I love whimsy, and I love showing y'all whimsical paintings because I know you don't stress over them as much. Do you see how relaxing it can be to just sit down and play and not worry about it? You make a mistake like this, you turn it into snow. Heck, who knows? We might even snow. You could snow up this whole thing where you add a little water to your white paint and tap it with 2 paintbrushes and just put snow all over it. And then it all makes sense, Let's see, I've got that out. Let's go on and put some, let me hit it with the heat gun again. Yeah, boom, whimsy. Joyce, it's 6, 2, and 2. If you can remember those measurements, 6, 2, and 2. 6 tablespoons of baking soda, 2 tablespoons each of Mod Podge, and white acrylic paint. It's fun to add some glitter to it too. It makes it sparkle. Oh, thank you, Laura, for that. I appreciate it. And y'all, Moidle was teasing me because I wanted to snow everything. I was having so much fun with that snow. And why I did not think to put snow on the Santa star hat yesterday is beyond me. Because somebody told me to do that, and I thought, well, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? Next one, if I find another star in my stash from Hobby Lobby. I don't think I do, though. That was a leftover. I think it was a 3-pack of those large stars at Hobby Lobby. And I made a 4th of July craft with 2 of them, I believe. And I had 1 left over, so it was in my stash. So perfect for my Santa. I think one of those little Santa stars would be so cute in these metallic colors, too. That's all right, Becky. There's always replay. All right, there's our shimmer on that one. We got to figure out some bold ornament colors, I think. Okay, let's go into the copper rose on this one. Finish it out. This may end up being a long live, y'all. I'm sorry. It's 5 o'clock already, and I'm just sitting here having so much fun. I wasn't watching the time. I apologize. But if you have somewhere to be, if you're going back to church tonight, I totally, of course, understand that. And there's always replay. You can find this on my Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Do you hear that, baby? That's my big baby. Oh, Cindy, thank you. Let me see. Somebody said they didn't know I posted what now? Oh, yeah, I did, Jody. I just got I was in the mood. I was taking the day off. Oh. One of the things I love to do to relax, and I needed some relaxing. Okay, yeah, Betty's got. I thought Betty was ready to have to go back to church. That's right. And so I love to work on jigsaw puzzles. I get it from my grandmother. And I do little ones that I can finish quickly. And so I finished one really quickly yesterday morning. And I thought, how fun would it be to do one of these millions of Christmas projects that I really have been wanting to do with y'all. I'm going to run out of time if I don't hurry up and do them. And there's, 3 lives a week. You can only get so much done. So I thought, well, why not pre-record it? I'll get that project done, and y'all can have that in your arsenal if you want to do it. And so I'm going to do as many of those as I can for y'all up until Christmas. Plus, I have got to get our December painting up. I'm working on the design now, so... He is, Janice. What he's fussing about now is he just wants to play. He just wants to play. So, all right, let's put some silver on the stars. And then we're going to, because we may end up then sparkling those up even more with the glitter. These are layers of yumminess here, right? The weather's been so yucky, he hasn't gotten to play a whole lot this weekend. Sarge, they say they love you too, buddy. Okay. Yeah, supper time for them. It's usually 5:30, so I try to keep them on that schedule. I know, bud. Right now he's just bored. He's just a big baby. Sir, he's standing up on my chair now. Oh my goodness. Well, okay, now you're gonna fuss at me? Okay, there's our shiny stars. Oh, thank you, Janice. Y'all are sweet to put up with them. Yeah, Chris is a softie, and I'm glad he is. He goes out and plays with them. He's going to be so happy to see his daddy tonight. He's usually home by now, but he stayed for afternoon hunt today with his brother. So, okay, now I think what I'll do now is let's go back over with a second coat of the teal on these ornaments just to see what 2 coats looks like. That helps a little bit. But I want something to pop. I'm trying to think what to do. I think I may do some big white ornaments on one of them. And we'll just add that clear glitter to them. We'll see how that looks. Okay, well, they pop a little bit more, maybe. I'll probably go around them and outline them. Oh, is it? It's raining in Indiana, too. Someone said purple. Ooh, well, let me look. Do I have a purple on the table, or do I need to go get one? Sometimes my purples are a little transparent. But a pearl white paint. I don't believe I have a pearl white. Do I? Let me peek behind me. I got my pearly paints behind me. Let me see, y'all. I've got to spin this paint spinner. No, I don't. I have a coppery bronze. Oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I wonder. Okay, let me ask y'all this. This may be too much. Y'all do like the idea of purple. Okay, so tell me which tree should I put purple on? I have this copper metallic, but I don't know. That may fight with it too much. I'm kind of thinking the trees being metallic. Maybe the ornaments need to not be metallic. Let me grab a purple. Let's see what we can do with purple. Let's see here. Let's get a deep one. Okay. Let me see which one of these is thicker. Teal and purple. Okay, all right. You would think I would have a pearl white. Oh, I think I do. Oh, I think I've got a big bottle of that. Actually, yes, I do. So I have these two purples that I pulled. This is dioxazine purple, and this is just purple rain. I think purple rain tends to be my thicker one. Okay, we're going to do this on the green. You know what I think I'll do on this one is swirly ornaments. Let's give it a try. Let me turn it this way so I don't do the thing I did before. Oh, thank you, Beverly. Dark blue on the brown tree. Ooh, that would be so pretty, yes. Ooh, y'all, look at that. What do you think? Oh, that bright blue might be pretty too that we used in the background. Great ideas. I may do some white dots in those too. Oh, you're on board with the purple swirls? I've been waiting to see. Okay. Oh, good, good, good. I love painting swirls. We're going to put some swirls in the background too. Oh, that's kind of fun, y'all. I think that's kind of fun. Okay. Now, let's try, okay, let's try that dark blue on this one. What do you think? And, so, ooh, what if I did dark blue, big ornaments on this one, and we outline in white? Maybe even that pearly white. Hey, Regina. Okay. See what we can do here with this midnight blue that we used in the background. So I'm going to start large. Oh, that is pretty. Great idea. Or I could outline it with the lighter blue. What do y'all think about that? Thank you, Nancy, for the stars. I appreciate that. I like these big ornaments. Blue with white stripes. Ooh. Blue with shimmering yellow. Y'all have some great ideas. Ooh, all of those sound good. Oh, thanks, Dana. It's coming along, isn't it? We're getting these trees decorated. This is a group effort, which I love. Oh, well, that's a wonky one, isn't it? Blue with white polka dots. Ooh, I love that. Oh, I love polka dots. That's a great idea. All right, we'll do a little bit smaller one. I'm going to do one more big one down here because I'm loving this. Let's do a smaller one right in here. Oh, Anne, really? Oh, you're sweet. I need to figure out how to do that. Oh, no, that's fun. I kind of want to do some of these midnight blue dots, just teeny dots on this tree. What do y'all think? Yes, I like some wonky. Wonky's good. I'm liking those too. The squiggles and the stars. Agree, polka dots. Okay, that's on these. What can I do with this? Okay, so that was the purple. So it, okay, y'all. What do I do next? I'm just, y'all have got this. Every suggestion you made so far has been awesome. So tiny blue dots, think you should leave the big blue dots alone and do something with the turquoise dots. I definitely need to do something with the turquoise dots because they're not showing up good enough compared to these. Oh, like just little squiggly lines in the middle? That would be fun. Well, Janice, maybe I need to figure this out. I don't know how to, I don't think I got time to figure it out. The middle tree desperately needs something. Oh, really, Elizabeth? That's cute. Blue dots on purple. Okay, here we go. That's what I saw. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right now. Just small, tiny blue dots. Trim the green and blue. Ooh, I see what you mean. Okay, let me dot it a little bit. We're going to go subtle at first. Squiggles on the rose garland. I like that. We hadn't squiggled the garland. What do you think about those? Like the polka dot idea? I really do want to polka dot those dark blue ornaments. Okay, so let's see what white. I'm gonna go a little tinier, and I'm just gonna see what if I can squiggle these cute little garlands. That's fun. Oh, I love it. I'm about to squeal again, y'all. That is fun. Oh my goodness. Great ideas. I could go, yes, I could just paint right over these teal dots. And with a darker color, what color should they be? Yeah, that's helping a lot. Just these little squiggly lines. Oh, a gingerbread tree. Yeah. Hey, Libby. Okay, great suggestion. Now let's see. I'm going to take this same mermaid tail. Oh, Cindy. Yes, mermaid tail. Why didn't I think of that? Okay. And just go around them with the darker green. Should I go around them with the mermaid tail? Oh, I think that might be great. Okay, so now let me do some little polka dots. You think I should just outline them, Belle? Okay. What do y'all think about these polka dots? Hey, Amanda. How are you doing? There's Amanda from Amanda Made. She was one busy woman. Okay, so now let me get the mermaid tail out. This is the one I haven't opened yet. Yes, I have too, because I love mermaid tail so much. Oh, this color is so pretty. It's all in the details, isn't it? And we're still gonna, I've still got a lot more details I want to add to this. So, y'all, if you can, hang with me. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, that really brings up the whimsy, the little polka dots, doesn't it? Okay. Ooh. So let me turn it over again to y'all. He's pitiful. I know, buddy. He's trying to get Pete to play with him now. Oh my goodness. Oh. How's that? What do we think about this? Oh, a Christmas card. Wouldn't that be fun to make it into Christmas cards? Oh, y'all have great ideas. I wish I knew how to do it. I like this. Yeah, that's really making them pop. That's so helpful. Great call, Cindy, on the mermaid tail. He does. He just wants to play all the time. I always say he's like having a 3-year-old around, and he has the energy of a toddler too. Oh, yes, that did it. Mermaid tail for the win. You know what I think I might do? Oh, I might do a few little dots of mermaid tail just because I love it so much. It's making me happy. Gail, I wish I could now that everybody loves it so. I would do it. Y'all can see it. It takes a little time, but it sure is fun. I just wish I could mass produce them so everybody could have one. But y'all can do this. Y'all can do this. You're going to be doing them and they're going to be so pretty. Hey, Candy. That's okay. I'm going late too. There he is. There he is. Okay, what's next? What should I do? Do we call it and we just do our backgrounds and outlines? You know what? Let me try this. Look. I just want to see because I can always paint the glitter over it. Thank you for the hearts. Let's get a little black and do some stripe. You see, he got Bo to play with him. There they go. They just took off running. The shenanigans are starting. He talked Bo into it. I know, Candy, I was talking about that earlier. Yes, Cecile, less is more. You are so right. I get a little carried away, don't I? I won't put stripes on every one of these. Well, then that might look funny. Maybe I'll do some thin stripes on the middle one. Okay, so let's get a little different on this one. We're gonna do a little bit fatter line and one thin line. Then a little bit. So they're all just a smidge different. Okay. Rita, what did I do? I'm sorry. Why are you having to cover your eyes? All right, now let me just show you this step before I go nuts on any more. Let's make sure these stars pop, okay? Sarge. Let me hit it with the dryer. Yes, I'm going to glitter those stars, Linda. I sure am. You know, I'll do that before I do that outline. I just want to do the finishing touches. That's going to be the last little thing. Let's see how this, I want to show y'all this extreme glitter. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, the white paint, yeah, it's going to be, I got to fix those. I got to fix those. All right, I want this one. Oh, is he? Penny. He said, get that big dog out of my house. Yeah, I'm going to fix those. Okay, so this, I'm going to hold it in the cap. Can you see that? It's just, it looks white, but this background carrier that is holding the glitter actually is, it will dry clear and all you'll see is the glitter. I don't know if you'll be able to tell yet. I'll hit it with the heat gun and maybe you'll be able to see it. Because right now it looks like it's a color, but that background does dry clear, and all you're left with are those flecks of glitter. Oh, Cindy, you're so sweet. You like the little white drops, Beth? I kind of like them too. They're kind of just trailing out. I may make them look a little more like they're supposed to be there. I'll show you how in just a minute. I think I'm going to do that instead of painting over them and trying to make that blue match the background. All right. So we're going to let that dry just a little bit. Now, let's do this. Hello, hello, Heather. Oh, do you, Mary? This is, yeah, let's see. Extreme Glitter. This is called Champagne. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Judy. So let's make these look like snow. Falling off. Snow. And some snow dots coming off here. And a little off here. Now they look a little bit like they're supposed to be there. The brand of the glitter paint is Folk Art, and I got it at Hobby Lobby. Now, I think that's cute. I really like it. I like the little snow falling. That was a happy accident. Now, all we need to do, we're not going to decorate anymore, I promise. I just want to show you the change when I do this last step. Y'all know I say this in my classes and everything. We could stop right here and it would be just fine and it's fun. But look what happens if I take my fine detail brush and look, let me roll that into a good point. And where do I want to start? I'm just going to start right here. I'm not being fussy about this outline. It's not going to be perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. I just want it to look finished off. And it will make it just pop a little bit more. Hey, Bridget. Hey, KB. Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I don't usually go this long and take up so much of your time, but I got in a painting frenzy and was having so much fun. I couldn't help myself to forget I'm live. That was Mr. Taterbugging calling. I'm sorry. I didn't put it on Do Not Disturb. Okay, before I go any further, let me outline this star. Can you start to see it kind of popping now? And if you want to put your swirls, you know, in the background, to me, I don't think it even needs it now. I think it's, you know, we got the whimsy going. We're good. I want to do just some light lines right around the edges to outline and make the trees pop. Trying to do this where I don't put my hands in all of it. Can you see the difference? Wait. Now in the green tree and the other two, just having a little outline. I want to do a little outline here. And I'm thinking, I'm going to try something too, if y'all want to hang with me a little bit more. When you did this to the Santa, I saw the difference. Now I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, it just kind of finishes it out. Are you going to spray the snow a tiny bit? The thinned white paint. I haven't decided. I don't know yet. I kind of like it just trickling off the bottoms, but that's one of those things. Now see, if I did this again, I think what I would do is right after I did the background and dried it, I would snow, you know, do the thin down white paint snow trick on the whole thing. But at this point, I don't think I want it all over the trees. Okay, now let's do this. So we're gonna pretend this one's on the top of that one. So, and which I need to do this way, and maybe on this one. You thought, what could this be? And you love it. Oh, that makes me so happy. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure when I started what on earth this was going to be. I always know y'all will give me great suggestions, and you certainly did. Usually all I have to do is get something started, and then y'all take off and make it so wonderful. Better than I could have expected. Okay, do you want me to continue? Are y'all ready to go? Do you want me to finish this offline? It's so Dr. Seuss, isn't it, Kathy? Which, oh, I love Dr. Seuss. I almost said Dr. Seuss. No. Keep going. Okay, I'll keep going. Yay. We're almost through anyway. I have one little thing after I do this black outline. I just want to see what it would look like, because I can't picture it in my head, and it may take away from it. It may add to it. I don't know, but we're about to find out. I just love this final step where you get to see it all just sort of pop off the canvas. Yeah, Patricia, I think that's what I'll do. I'm having too much fun hanging out with y'all, so we're just going to finish it up. Penny, I don't think I must know this one. I think what I was saying earlier is I think I am going to, if I do this again or do another one, which I have a couple more whimsy trees, little different style that I would like to try. I think what I'll do is snow the background before I start painting the trees. So it's snowing in the background. It won't be actually all over the trees. Yes, 8x10 canvas is what I used today. I thought about doing a really big one, and then I thought, oh, that's going to be hard to do in an hour. But as you can see, I didn't stick to my hour as it is, so. If you get carried away with some of the black outlines, you can let it dry and go back. Like, see right there, that's too dark. So what I'll do is let that dry, and I'll just touch that up with some of the rose, the copper rose. No big deal. Oh, Regina, it's so easy. Y'all have watched me every step, and you can see it's just, if you just relax into it and enjoy the process. You're loving the metallic paints. Oh, good, Carmela. You know, I've gone all metallic paint this Christmas. I just think it's so much fun, especially for the, you know, the whimsical pieces. Okay, now last thing is this star, and then let's see. Let me just get this star done. What are you doing over there, buddy? Yeah, the hair on the end of my paintbrush bothering it. Okay, I'm gonna start this just on the stars, so if I don't like it, I don't have to do the whole thing, and I may not like it, I don't know, but I'm gonna dip into the white paint and do one more little light outline just around the black to see what we think about that. So I'm going to go over here and do this one. Kind of like that, y'all. Not for the whole thing maybe, but the stars and maybe the trees, I don't know. Let me turn it over. What do you think about that on the, should I do that around some of the edges of the trees just a little bit? I really like that. Just a little bit here and there, I'm thinking. So, let's just play. It kind of gives it some movement. Green tree garland, white accents on the, ooh, hey, I like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think so. It does, doesn't it? It just kind of makes the whole thing pop, and it ups the whimsy value, I think, the little white touches. Just a little bit here and there. I'm just doing these little V's on the black garland. So a little bit right here, maybe here and here and here. Well, I like that. The tree with blue dots needs something. Y'all tell me. Tell me what it is. The wind is blowing them. Yeah. Did y'all ever watch that movie Nell with Jodie Foster? The thing I think about always is a tay and a wind. I always loved how she said that, like a tay and a wind. She had her own language. Teeny tiny dots have it. Oh, it needs teeny tiny dots, like the. Oh yeah. Ooh, what color? They do kind of look like dancing trees now, don't they? I love that. I gotta say, this is making me really happy. Oh, thank you, Debbie. I'm just glad y'all like it too. Sometimes, you know, my ideas are out in left field, but y'all are so sweet. Yeah. So now I just need to know what color little dots. Now we just look at how that just kind of completed everything and really makes them pop. I love it. Happy, happy trees. These are happy trees. Let's see. Okay, all we need are little dots on here. Well, you know what? I've done mermaid tail on the little dots on the other, so it stands to reason it should be mermaid tail, right? Sue, I don't have to seal it. The only time I would seal this canvas is if I were going to hang it outside or in like a damp spot, like a bathroom where there would be a lot of humidity. But I could, you know, it's just a simple thing to do, just to do hit it with a spray sealer. Thank y'all for noticing that it needed the small dots. I had not even noticed I had put those on the other two trees, but not this one. Okay. There, yep, they're dancing. A lot of people ask that question, Sue, yeah. Oh, I could do it. You know what? That's a great idea because I could then do woodblock prints. If I can get the prints to convey the metallic pretty. Oh, Amanda, thank you so much for the stars. You're so sweet. Look at all that. Look at all that metallic goodness. So right down here in the snow, I'm going to sign it. And it's done. Now, turn y'all up this way, fix this. We're going to hold it up here. Look. Oh my goodness. I love it. Oh, I just had to see it up close. I mean, on the screen there. What do y'all think? Well, I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it turned out really, really stinking cute. I am so glad y'all were here to help me get through this painting. Oops, fix that. Yeah, get through this cute painting. Y'all did it. Look at that shine. Oh my word. How am I ever gonna part with this? I don't know if I can. This may have to go in my bathroom. Oh, on a shirt. Oh, that's a great idea. If it could be, you know, if you could do it where it's sparkly like that. Oh, that would be so fun. Y'all encouraged me all along the way. I couldn't have done this without you. You did the decorations and everything. I'm pretty pleased with this one. I may have to keep it. I wish, like everything, you know, there's some that are just, you know, like, oh, well, you know, that's good. That's fine. I don't think I got any paint on my shirt. I don't think you'd know if I did because it's got so many colors on it. But this is one of those that just makes me really happy. You know, I wasn't quite sure how that was going to go, but Whimsy Trees, Michelle, if you're still hanging in there with me, thank you for the wonderful idea. This has been so much fun. Oh, they called you Cindy Lou Who. Oh, I love that. Oh, very cute. Join late, just a few. Well, if you joined late and wanted to see how it all started and everything, yeah, just go back and watch the replay. You can catch it here. I'll have it up on YouTube pretty soon too. Please forgive me for not getting Thursday nights recipes posted yet. I took my day off a little too seriously and didn't follow through with what I was supposed to do. I need to do that tonight, hopefully. Okay, Tammy. Yeah, catch the replay. Y'all, you have hung out for an hour and 45 minutes. This may be one of the longest lives I've done alone yet. So thank you, thank you. And I love you all, and I had such a ball. Let me fix that out of the way. And thank you for all those wonderful stars. Y'all are so wonderful. We're going to keep doing paint parties for December, okay? And I'm going to get the December monthly painting going too for y'all. Do we even need a December one? I'm doing free paint parties. We may not even need a December paint class, huh? Oh, y'all are so good to me. Y'all are so sweet and so forgiving. Oh, Michelle, I'm so happy you're still at, oh, good. I exceeded her expectations. I wanted to bump it up a notch. So, list the paint colors. Yeah, I think I can remember. I think I've got them all right out here. It's a long list, but I sure can. But thank you, and I will see y'all again Tuesday afternoon at 4. I've got to go finish. I've got spicy chicken noodle soup in the crock pot. I got to go finish that up. And y'all have a great evening. I'll see you soon. Bye.